Well, hello everyone, and thank you for coming. Although I'm not on the schedule, so I'm winging it today. But that's normal life. So yesterday maybe you didn't prepare anything. I mean, it's not every day you have to think about what you're eating tomorrow. So you have to soak your nuts and seeds or sprout your lentils. So today we have a day we didn't prepare anything, and I just went in the kitchen and got stuff. Or you can go to the grocery real quick and get some things. So what I have today, or what I'm planning to make, is a salad, of course, because I'm raw vegan. So everything is really a salad that I make, or I eat just fruits. But it will look like curry noodles. So at the end, I hope. So I have, of course, lots of raw vegetables in the natural state, whole vegetables. I don't need any packaged food. The only packaged food I have here are some whole spices. I have coriander seeds, cumin, I have some caraway, some chili, and turmeric. You can also use fresh turmeric. I prefer fresh turmeric. That actually was fresh turmeric, and I sliced it and dried it and powdered it myself in the blender. You can make powders with a blender if it's dry. Yeah, but you can use the fresh turmeric root, that's really great too. And I'll have a coconut. So hopefully it's a good coconut. If not, sometimes you buy a coconut and it's spoiled inside. So that can happen, but we'll be prepared for that too, because we'll just adjust to that. So how to open a coconut? Do you usually get a coconut?
Drill it with the drill.
I don't have a drill here. I have a chopstick, and I have a knife, and I do have a stone. So what I do? So are you familiar with the coconut face here?
The eyes.
So there are eyes, and there's a mouth.
Oh.
Here, you see it?
Yeah.
So the eyes are hard. You can pinch their eyes. But the mouth is kind of soft. I call it the mouth, but it looks like a face. The mouth is soft, so you could actually, with a knife, scratch it a little bit. See, it's already open. So that's very soft. And then with a chopstick, because here you see the flesh, with a chopstick you can make a bigger hole. Hole in here. See it?
Yeah.
I didn't need a drill, you know.
Well, you know the other coconuts that you get, bigger things.
Oh yeah, the young coconuts.
Yeah, I mean.
Yeah, those you need a mahedi.
Yeah,
Mahedi?
or a drill.
A drill.
Machete. Yeah, machete.
Yeah, mahedi. Machete. So, but this is the mature coconut. This is kind of in between, I think. They just remove the hole. So I have this hole in here. Of course, you can drill now a hole or hammer another hole in the eye of the coconut. But it's just too aggressive for me, so I don't do that. What I do instead, I just shake it out here. Because if you have another hole, it will just flow out a little bit better. But just shake it out. Don't be as fast. Just you have to do a little bit more exercise. Then you can also smell it if it's a good coconut, or taste it as well. But I think it's a good coconut, so I'm kind of lucky.
Can you use some of the water and leave the rest in the coconut?
Yeah.
And then you have to put it in the fridge?
The water I would keep in the fridge if you don't drink it right away. But you can drink the water, you can use it for your curry sauce. It's very sweet and nice.
There's a lot in there.
It is quite a bit in there, that's true. Yeah, usually I drink a little bit of it, and then the rest I use for my sauce. Or I drink it because it's really delicious. And then I just use something else for the sauce. You could do that. Okay, I pretty much have everything out. So see, you don't really need to be that aggressive and make a hole in the eye. Keep the face of the coconut. Okay, that's pretty much it. All the water's out. I will taste the water just to make sure it's not spoiled. Yeah, it's pretty perfect. Okay, what next? So either you slam it on the floor, but also too aggressive for me. So if you have the face here and you just, yeah, you have the face on one side facing like this, and then you imagine a line going through here, and then you hammer. You can also use a machete, and then just it doesn't need to be the sharp side of the machete, just this side. But this knife, the machete is a little bit heavier, so it has more force. So you actually hammer the coconut on this line. You just rotate it, hammer it, rotate, hammer. It's pretty safe to open a coconut like this. But this knife is not heavy enough. I would need a heavy machete to do that. So I just use a stone. That's why I love stones. Wherever I go and I find a stone that's sharp, like here, I just use it. I just bring it. Stones are so useful. So I use a stone, so I'll hammer it on this line. So here's the face, and here's the line I'll hammer it. And then just rotate and hammer it. You have to be a little bit patient. Machete, of course, it's a little bit nicer, so you get a nicer cut, but it's not bad with a stone either. That's it.
Wow.
Wow.
So you go.
Wow.
Nice, huh? So, and then you can have a really nice tool to get the flesh out, but I just have a butter knife. So let's see. Sometimes it's really hard to get the flesh out. It really depends on every coconut. But I find the whites, if they're like in between young and mature, I guess, if they're a little bit whitish outside, it's definitely easier to get the flesh out. Very easy to get the flesh out from a young coconut. But the young coconut, you can't open it like with a stone. You have to slam it on the ground. But this one's pretty fairly easy. So.
Wow.
So you definitely can get a coconut next time. You don't need a lot of tools.
Do you buy it in the supermarket looking like this, or does it have the fibers?
The brown ones?
Yeah.
Yeah, here we have the whitish, I think it's in between a mature and a young coconut somehow. And in the store, I also get the brown ones, and I open it the same way.
Same way.
Mm-hmm. The only difference is that it might be a little bit harder to get the flesh out. So sometimes you're really struggling. But sometimes it's also useful to use a spoon and spoon it out. But a butter knife, don't use a sharp knife for that. I would only use a butter knife or a spoon, just to not hurt yourself. But there are actually tools you can get to get the flesh out a little easier. I don't have a tool so far, so I don't have it. I never had a tool, but probably it's useful. But
So when you grind the coconut meat with the water, is that the equivalent of a full can of
coconut
milk?
No. Pretty much, yeah.
Full fat cream?
I'm not sure how they process it, and I think the cans are made with young coconuts. I think they use the young coconut flesh and the coconut water, and they grind it up. This is kind of like more mature coconut, so it will be more has more fat and more gritty. But I like that actually better for curries.
So you're making the sauce now?
Yeah, I make a sauce now. So should we make the sauce with? I don't know. I really like drinking this water too. Okay, let's take half of a coconut. You can also, what I really like is in a salad. Why is it so unstable? What I really like is in a salad also like little strips of coconut. It actually tastes a little bit like calamaris. It has the same texture, and if you put some spices on that and have it in your salad, it's like it's really nice. So you can have this here, but we'll use half of a coconut. Just cut a little bit in pieces so your blender has a easier time to blend it. And what else are we using? Red bell peppers. Red bell peppers is really my staple for sauces and make sauces red, nice, vibrant color. I don't use a lot of paprika powder or something like this. It makes it also very red. But red bell peppers are great. Even for tomato sauce, I rather use a lot of red bell peppers than tomatoes for raw tomato sauce, because the tomatoes don't make it that red. So you either use paprika powder or you use the dry tomatoes. You can also use. They make it more red. I use 2 red bell peppers. Those small ones. You can also use more red bell peppers, or you can also use tomato.
You gonna use 2 now?
2 red bell peppers. 2 red bell peppers, yes.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Is there any difference between the 3-lobe and 4-lobe peppers on the bottoms? I don't know. I've heard that there's different. Some have 3 and some have 4, and that there's.
This could have even more than 3. No, I don't know.
Oh, okay.
There are definitely a lot of varieties of peppers. Maybe we'll just use also a yellow one. The one was pretty small, so I use a yellow one too. Red bell peppers are like super healthy. They have vitamin E. Usually vitamin E is mostly in seeds. Sunflower seeds have a lot of vitamin E, but also red bell peppers have vitamin E. So of course not as much as in seeds, so you might as well just eat more than one. Why not? I mean, it's just a red bell pepper. Pretty expensive, I know.
That's true. They are expensive.
I know, but it's better than spending your money on medication. You know?
Oh gosh, yeah.
I don't use any medication since years, not even for a headache or anything. I don't use medication for years. We can also use some tomatoes. No, tomatoes. The coconut makes it a little bit thicker. So what we do? So actually, we don't really need to use that water because we have a lot of water from the vegetables, especially the tomatoes. They give a lot of water. I don't use any water for my sauces, or so extra like real water for my sauces or dressings, because it takes away the taste. So instead of water, I use always vegetables, some watery vegetables, tomatoes or cucumber. You can use anything that has high water content in them. That's how I blend my sauces. And then celery is always a good addition to your sauces or dressings. Celery is great. We don't use any salt, of course. Don't use salt. So you can just use as much as you like 4 stalks. And probably I'll eat that all in 2 days for sure. That's 2 servings. Maybe if you feel like you can eat it by yourself. it gets quite full here. Then I have some spices, of course. I like to use fresh spices or herbs as much as possible. Like here for a curry, I use a little bit of basil, cilantro. Basil, cilantro, and then a little bit of fennel. Fennel is, you can use it like a spice, just a little bit, not that much. It's really overpowering, but if you just use a little bit, maybe a little bit more, but like just these 2 slices, like this is all I would use here. It's getting a little bit full, so hopefully I still can blend it. We're pretty much done. So and then the herbs, so you have basil, cilantro, and maybe a little bit of scallions. I'm not a fan of onions usually, but just a little bit. But I don't put this in now because I don't want the sauce to be brownish. Because if you mix red with green, you'll get brown. I was gonna say, so if I want to make a curry, creamy curry, and I bought a coconut, it turned out the coconut was not good, it was spoiled, I would have used avocado maybe. You can always put avocado in it, so.
To make it thicker, a little thicker.
Thicker and creamy.
Oh, creamy, yeah.
Yeah. So I'll go ahead, let's put I have some spices, so I'll use a little bit of coriander seeds, maybe a teaspoon or something. Tiny bit of cumin. Cumin is really strong, I find, so I'll always use just a tiny bit, maybe 1/8 of a teaspoon. But of course you can vary that according to your taste. I love caraway. Caraway is great, so I use a little bit more of that, but it really depends on your taste. And then chili. I have here some dried chilies. Those are cayenne peppers.
Did you dry them yourself?
No, these are bought, but you can dry them yourself too. Yeah, it's easy to dry. I have a dehydrator. They're very spicy, so I just use. It's probably spicy. Maybe a little bit. You can put lemon juice in here, just a little bit. Maybe not that bad, but you don't have to put lemon juice in here. That's so hard. Yeah, one lemon would hurt. Ugh. Very hard lemons. And then some turmeric, yeah. Forgot the turmeric almost. I don't really measure, but it's probably 1 teaspoon or a little bit more. The spice. You can also put garlic in if you like garlic. All your favorite spices, whatever. Do one, and then let's blend it up first here. It doesn't really look like curry, but it's different. It's also raw. Good. And then I would either you put the herbs in and chop them real quick, just very low, or you can just
Oh, you put the herbs in after?
Yes, because if I would have blended them creamy right away, then the red color and the green color would turn more into a brown color. So yeah, either you can now you pulse them in real quick on low setting, but even then you get some discoloration. So I just chop them really quick.
That doesn't really affect the taste, right?
Well, it kind of also affects the taste, yeah. If you blend them very, yeah, a little bit maybe. I mean, it also depends on you. If you like it that way, yeah, you can do that too. Probably not, it will not affect the taste much, that's for sure. But the eye also eats with you, right? I say that. I translated that from German. The eye eats with you.
Yeah.
How do you say that in English?
You eat with your eyes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know I knew what she's trying to say.
Your eyes eat with
Your
your
eyes-
eyes. I like
eyes
that.
eat with you.
That's how you say it in German.
I love that. Eyes eat with you.
So yeah, you can just chop it like this, or you blend it real quick. I just put it in for now. Okay, so we have our herbs here too.
That was basil and cilantro.
Basil, cilantro, a little bit of scallions. So that's how it looks.
And a little fennel.
Yeah, the fennel I blended in.
Oh, okay.
And also the celery, because they don't have a lot of green color, so they don't discolor it much. So and then to our noodles, or you can eat it pretty much with any kind of salad you have, you know. But I have some fresh corn, found it in the kitchen. That's great. So I don't cook my corn.
It's so hard to find organic corn on the
It's true. I hope those are organic. And yeah, so to get the seeds off the cob, you just use your knife. Can be a little bit messy. Careful with the hole.
You can use a bunt pan too.
Oh, what can you use?
A bunt pan,
Oh yeah.
yeah, it has,
Or you
has
can.
the hole,
How? How do you
push
use
it
it?
right through the hole.
Oh.
Quick.
Wait, what are you saying?
A bunt pan, it's
I don't
for
even know what
baking,
They're for cakes.
for cakes, making these round cakes that have a hole in them, in the middle. That's in the pan, it has the little hole like this.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah, that's too much.
Yeah,
Too fast.
If the corn's too big, then
Can also do it.
The cats love to eat the rest of the time when you do that.
oh, my cats go crazy.
Yeah, the cats love to eat that.
They will like knock you over to get to the silk.
Talk about the cats love to eat the corn cobs.
This?
Yeah, the little seed, what's left over in there, they don't eat the
They
whole
like
cob,
them?
but,
No, I love the like the silk, you know, this,
yeah,
when I'm trying to take the
yeah.
outside off, they just knock me over.
Really? Huh. So, but even though it's just a knife, I mean, you just get used to it. It's not that hard. You have a bowl, it's less messy. But I was, oops, see, it can be loud if you do this. Yeah, cut tomato. Okay, yeah, but you can add any vegetables if you don't like raw corn.
That's going into the sauce.
No, that's not the salad or the
Okay.
where the sauce comes off, and then you can just chew it off. Yeah, I was gonna make noodles, so let's put you can drink the coconut water later. So how I make noodles is you can use cucumbers, carrots, zucchini, and then I have a spiralizer here. There are different kinds of spiralizer. I have a stainless steel one here. So let's try the carrot maybe first. So it needs to fit in between here. Just lock it in, and then it needs to go on the other side through that hole here. And then you spiralize it.
Oh, very good.
Wow.
Can you order that spiralizer on Amazon?
I have an Amazon list. If you send me an email, then I can send you some links and
Wow.
Eve.Seiler. Oh yeah, then here you have your carrot noodles.
Wow. I've never seen them like so long, and that's so cool.
Yeah, that's actually not that nice that they're so long, but you can cut them.
What if you wanted to soften the carrots a little bit?
I would marinate them in lemon juice. Maybe. Yeah, the carrots are a little bit tough. But I have a cucumber, so you can eat the peel of the cucumber, but sometimes it's oily. So because they put some wax on there. So I'm gonna just peel it real quick. And then with the cucumber, or also the zucchini, or pretty much also the carrot, there's a different way to make noodles. If you don't have a spiralizer yet, and you want to make noodles so badly out of a cucumber or a zucchini or anything, then you can just use your potato peeler.
Only if it's like that. If I got other potato peeler, forget it. I got little chunks.
Oh, okay, yeah. So usually most potato peelers work. So you can just make noodles like that. Like fat or fettuccine or something like this. So this could be one kind of noodle. And honestly, noodles don't have a taste. I mean, they just taste like plastic. So it all depends on the sauce that you make. So that was one option, but I'm gonna just continue with the spiralizer. So the spiralizer is also good for cucumber, and I really love cucumber noodles.
Oh, this is great.
I mean, if you
It's
noodles
not coming
don't
out
taste like
right.
anything really.
Usually cucumber comes out mushy in this form.
No, not really. I mean, yeah, there is a lot of liquid coming out here too,
Wow.
but it does work for this. I actually used the liquid too. The liquid is really good.
It's nice.
I want
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
And then to be honest, noodles don't have a taste. They just taste like plastic. The most important when you want to eat noodles is the sauce and then the feeling of eating a noodle. And this just gives it to you. It doesn't have a lot of taste either. It's the feeling of a noodle.
Yeah, but it's so tasty. though.
And it's so healthy.
So tasty.
So hydrating, and you eat the most important nutrient that is water. Water and minerals. And then we also have a zucchini, so that works for the zucchini as well. It just needs to fit in here. Zucchini roots, they have less water than the cucumber, that's for sure. Yeah, they're so actually this spiralizer I bought in Germany, but I found another one here for US Amazon, and it also comes with different attachments. So here you have this attachment for making the noodles, and the one that I found on Amazon for US, it has actually quite a bunch of attachments, like for different sizes and even finer than this, and they would make really nice angel hair noodles. Starting with cucumbers, angel hair noodles is so good.
Do you make potato potato noodles?
You could do that too, yeah. Potato noodles and then steam them.
Steam them.
I made that once when I, in the past when I still ate cooked food. If this is also too raw for you, you can also steam this after. But there's definitely no reason, no excuse to eat any noodles out of a package. To be honest.
Except habit and
Yeah, have it, but
Comfort.
it takes a long, no comfort. I mean, this is pretty quick, and then you rinse it with just water. It's if you rinse it right away, there's really no much work.
It's nice and light.
Yeah,
Mm.
and then but the noodles you have to cook them for 10 minutes. Then you have a pot. You have to clean the pot. It's also caked on a little bit, so yeah, it's pretty quick. And then what I always like to eat with my noodles is more vegetables. So you have the corn and the carrots and cucumbers. But I like more green as well. So I have some spinach, some lettuce here. So
Will jicama make a noodle?
yes.
Yes, okay.
I make
Wow.
jicama noodles too. Jicama is really great. They also make taco shells. You
Yeah,
fill the jicama and then with a
exactly, yeah.
mandolin, you slice it very
Oh, that'd be good.
fine, and then you have a taco
Oh
shell.
my
Oh, yeah, that's a
gosh.
good idea.
Whole Foods carries those.
And they even sell them, yeah. But I would just do it
The
fresh.
mandolin?
I mean, with a mandolin.
What did Whole Foods sell what?
No, the Whole Foods they sell the sliced jicama
Jicama.
in a package.
Oh.
But
yeah,
I would just
yeah.
do it fresh. I mean, it's
Yeah.
nicer to have it fresh. So I have here my greens and I just chop them in nice size. Put it in here too. Some spinach and whatever you like. And honestly, this is for one person. This is one serving size here. We have one cucumber, one half of a carrot, and then one zucchini. If you only use cucumbers, I would definitely eat 2 cucumbers of that. I mean, this is for one person. It's not for one family. Like I used to have that in the past. This is what for one family. No, that's not even enough for one person. Every person has to eat 2 cucumbers if you want to eat like that. Because otherwise you're not satisfied. You're still hungry. So this is a portion that you would eat.
At one meal?
In one meal, yeah.
You're gonna eat that at one
I
meal?
eat this.
Wow.
Have you ever seen her plate? Oh, what do you
I might eat even more than this. I mean, it's just mainly water. This has no calories at all. So, and I like eating this. I don't know if I eat the whole sauce, but I might if I'm hungry. I don't have any restrictions. I don't.
But you eat 3 times a day, don't you?
No, I eat 2 times a day.
Oh, so you make a big meal like this every time, right?
Yeah, once a day. Yeah, this big meal is.
For the whole day or just one meal time?
So today I ate peaches and bananas as my first meal, and I eat as much as I like. So it could be 5 bananas and 5 peaches. Could be like that. But really, as much as you like. That would be my first meal, and this would be my second meal.
And do you eat on a regular schedule?
No, I start maybe eating at 12, and then I have that at 5 maybe, but it depends. Sometimes I start eating at 10, and no, only when I'm hungry. Sometimes I eat when I'm not hungry, but it's just vegetables.
What made you decide to go 100% raw?
I always loved raw food. So I increased over time more raw. And then I also was almost vegan. And then I experimented with fasting as well. And after the fast, it was naturally. I mean, so like here too, you start with raw foods first, and it just kept going with raw foods. And that was pretty much it. I kind of felt like the cooked food was not really beneficial for me. So more and more I find that cooked food is not really doing me well. The more I ate raw, I noticed that I feel better with eating raw. And now, there's a, oh, we have a lot of time. Cool. So we can ask questions, we can taste this here, and just gonna say.
When you put the fennel in the,
It was in the sauce, yeah. I blended the fennel like a little spice, just a
Okay.
slice of fennel. You don't necessarily need the fennel.
oh, I love fennel.
It will not taste like fennel at all. It will just a little taste.
You said that you felt bad at eating
Oh yeah, now that I eat so long raw, just raw, if I eat now cooked food, I will feel very tired. I don't feel tired when I eat raw. No way. And I never feel tired during the day. I mean, there are some days that I'm more sleepy maybe, but not like regular. You eat and you feel the tiredness after eating. No, I don't have that anymore. Then I'm not that addicted to food anymore. So if I go out and I don't have anything to eat, I can do the whole day without eating, fine. Or just eating fruits or something very, very simple. If I eat cooked food now, I would feel very tired and the digestion is also slower. I would feel that in my digestion.
So you don't eat any beans or?
I do eat sprouted lentils, and sprouted chickpeas. Not sprouted beans, really. No.
So do you do hummus
With sprouted chickpeas and I don't use tahini from a jar. I use sesame. I soak them also in water. All the seeds and nuts I usually soak in water. That's why it was a curry today, because I didn't prepare for soaking anything. So we could just put it over here. Right there.
Oh my god.
You must be fasting.
Are you fasting?
Yeah,
Who's
but
fasting here?
I get to eat tomorrow.
Oh great, more for me. So that would be, yeah, this is our curry noodles.
Nice.
And yeah, I don't know how much sauce I will eat here, so, but it's just half of a coconut oil. It has more fat, just to be aware, it has a lot of calories. But in my state now, I'm more underweight than, so I don't
You don't
care.
worry.
I don't worry.
Yeah.
Was that about a half a coconut you used?
No.
And half a coconut, yeah.
Oh, wow.
I have the other half here.
Oh.
So if you want to taste that here, and I have also here the coconut strips here. As I said, they really do well like strips in the salad. If you don't want to blend anything, or you don't want to use a blender, you don't have a blender, you can just do these strips and then mix it with your salad. Lemon juice on top. So it's pretty much the same thing. You can also just slice the bell peppers instead of blending anything. And it's a salad. It looks like noodles, but it's still a salad. Yeah. So if you have any questions, we can answer some questions or so. But I'm pretty much done here. Thank you so much for
I
coming
really
and
like your
watching.
sterilizer because it's light
Mm-hmm.
and it's simple to use, it's not complicated, and it looks like it's very steady.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I have it already since a couple of years.
What's the brand of it? 'Cause my brother does that different.
Oh.
Oh, well, I found a similar one here for US.
Stainless steel
I'm
too?
going to send
It
you-
looks exactly like that, and I honestly, maybe I would even prefer it. I haven't ordered it yet and see it, but you know on Amazon you can return it for free, usually always, so if you don't like it. But I definitely would maybe prefer the ones from US because it has more attachments. I only have two. I have this one and then one that's bigger, and the bigger one I rarely use because it's just too big for noodles. And the one for US, they have a finer one for angel hair noodles. And I think that's really great, making cucumber noodles with angel with an angel hair attachment. You can make soups, also raw soups, maybe seaweed. I love seaweed too.
How do you make a seaweed salad?
Seaweed, I buy, I also can send you all the links where I buy my food online. And I buy bulk seaweed, whole leaves, with the flakes. Hi! With the flakes, they usually have some impurities in there. So I don't really like to buy seaweed flakes. So the whole leaves you can even wash with water. If it's too salty for you, you can also even soak in water first and then use it for your salads. Yeah. You're coming too late. I'm already done. I made a curry noodle salad.
You came to eat.
We opened the coconut with in my tools. My favorite. Well, it's not my favorite kitchen tool, but it is a kitchen tool. A rock. I love
So
rocks.
when you, so you had like the little eyes and the mouth, and then
Yeah,
you did
here it is.
just so you did just around
Oops.
the circumference when you're looking at it. That's where you hit.
Yeah, so here's the face, there are the
Yeah,
eyes,
yeah.
the mouth. The mouth was very soft, so you can picture with it.
Yeah.
And then you have the line here.
There's a line.
There's not a line, there's
It's in your mind.
in my mind, yeah.
Okay.
When the face is like there, there's the line here
Yeah.
that I
Okay.
imagine, and then I hit this
Got
line
it.
with the stone. The stone is nice because it's sharp here.
How come you had your stone if you didn't know that you were gonna be?
Well, I went home, I live here pretty much, so I have that stone
You
at
were
home.
home.
Yeah, I also have this at home, so the only thing I couldn't prepare is like soaking
Soaking
yeah,
nice, yeah,
day before, but it's just so simple to eat raw.
yeah.
Yeah.
You just need the whole foods, and high quality is always best. And then you don't even have to prepare it. You can just eat it as it is. This is what I do when I travel. I eat the vegetables as they are. I don't need a restaurant or anything. And it tastes actually good. We haven't done it for years to just
Yeah.
eat the things as they are, but it is actually really enjoyable to do it.
So it looks like you're buying your spices from a bigger quantity that you're putting in these jars.
Yeah.
Where do you
Yeah.
get them from?
Oh, do I have also the links for Amazon? I should.
Is that from?
Yeah, usually I get them from Amazon, the whole. Yeah, I usually get both. But here, actually, we have the caraway. I actually also get something from the store. There's a bulk section in the co-op, for example. They actually really have nice bulk. But they also, you can get it from Amazon. It's Frontier.
Frontier is
For
where I get
example,
mine.
uh-huh.
They send a big bag.
Uh-huh. It's cheaper.
Yeah.
Like some keys. Yeah. So, yeah, if you want to try it, for people who don't fast,
How long can you
I can eat it for you.
buy? How long can you buy seeds and keep them? And do you need to put them in the fridge?
I usually keep them in the fridge, the seeds, yeah. You can even store them in the freezer, but my freezer is not that big, so I keep them in the fridge. And they last for, yeah, they last pretty long. I mean, that's why seeds are made for that. If they're raw, they're made for keeping themselves until they get some water and grow. So they're made for that too.
And it's the same with nuts?
Mm-hmm.
And the same for beans?
Beans, old beans, you don't even have to put in the fridge. I only put the nuts and seeds in the fridge because they have fat content, and the fat with
Rancid.
warmth and oxygen can get rancid.
Yeah.
And so the
But
beans,
beans,
you,
no.
you
Dry beans,
leave them,
Yeah.
okay, how long? can
oh, they last forever.
Forever?
Yeah, I think so. So I'm gonna taste test that for you. So. Mm-hmm.
And you put a whole lemon.
I like it.
You put a whole lemon in the salad when you did it.
You know what?
A whole lemon. You squeezed it.
Yeah, you can put it. That's good, lemon. tastes really good. Everyone is fasting or juice fasting here or what?
Either fasting or juice.
Sorry.
We don't want to eat your supper.
Yeah. Well, the juice fast is good, even though drink the coconut.
This looks good. Oh, this is awesome.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Thank you.
Have you ever tried raw fish?
Oh, yeah, Rob,
I
it's
just
so
never
good.
tried it.
I'd be interested in trying some.
Oh, yeah. You can get a bowl
Color
and
inside the lines, yeah.
Okay.
you can what?
The color inside the
And
lines.
how you do it.
Wow, thank you. That's really
Yeah.
Oh yeah, raw pork is so much better than